Hey there everyone, welcome to Peace of Truth. It is just now February 22nd, 2015, as I'm recording this, 12:01 a.m. And I read an interesting article, well, yesterday now, and I'm just now getting a chance to go over it in a little short video. This article from WND Politics states that the Obama administration has named a national security threat it believes is more dangerous than even the Islamic State terrorists beheading, crucifying, and burning innocent human beings, allegedly. Right-wing extremists. According to CNN, a new intelligence assessment circulated by the Department of Homeland Security this month and reviewed by CNN focuses on the domestic terror threat from right-wing sovereign citizen extremists. Extremists. Do you see that? CNN doesn't cite specific sources, but it says, of course they don't cite specific sources, but it says the new intelligence report references 24 violent sovereign citizen related attacks across the U.S. since 2010. So 24 attacks in, about 5 years old, just to be fair, 4 years. And well, that's not even relevant. Some federal and local law enforcement groups view the domestic terror threat from sovereign citizen groups as equal to, and in some cases greater than, the threat from the foreign Islamic terror groups, such as I.S.I.S, that garner more public attention. CNN reported the government says these are extremists who believe that they can ignore laws and that their individual rights are under attack in routine daily instances such as traffic stops or being required to obey a court order. The report cites a 2012 incident in which a father and son reportedly shot and killed 2 police officers in Louisiana after being pulled over for a traffic violation. The 2 allegedly belonged to a sovereign citizen movement and claimed police had no authority over them. There's a little bit of truth to that. It adds, law enforcement officers will remain the primary target of sovereign citizens' violence over the next year due to their role in physically enforcing laws and regulations. Now, why is that? What laws and regulations are they physically going to enforce over the next year that's going to have sovereign citizens come out of nowhere and attack people? I want to be very clear about this. If the sovereign citizens out there wanted to cause havoc and attack things, they would just go take Washington, D.C. back. Alright? They would just go occupy D.C. And that would be the end of that. There wouldn't be any one attack here, one attack there. So this whole narrative is complete and utter bullshit. Do you know how many U.S. veterans there are in this country that have combat experience and that were trained to shoot and operate war machines by the military? They would have Washington, D.C. occupied within a day if that was what they wanted to do. Alright, so this is all propaganda, saying that law enforcement officers will remain the primary target of sovereign citizen violence over the next year due to their role in physically enforcing laws and regulations. That's utter brainwashing right there. Either that, or they're actually planning on setting up sovereign citizens over the next year, and they have some kind of false flag planned. The report comes after the White House concludes its 3-day conference focusing on violent extremism. The Obama administration has come under fire in recent days for its refusal to use the terms Islamic extremism. President Obama has described I.S.I.S, the group that beheads Christians allegedly and burns them alive allegedly, as a non-Islamic group whose recruitment of radicals is fueled by poverty and hopelessness. This is such a load of shit. So if they were all just socialists, if they're all communists like Obama, they wouldn't be out there burning people and, beheading people, allegedly. We're not at war against Islam, he said during this week's White House summit on countering violent extremism, adding, we are at war with those who pervert Islam. Vice President Joe Biden, the pedophile, speaking at the summit, compared the troubling rise in Islamic terror attacks to the right-wing extremists and militias who commit violence in the name of the Bible. So, basically, if you have morals and you believe in, living your life, to a code that doesn't actually hurt anybody and believes that you're supposed to love everybody equally no matter what, you are just as bad as the Islamic terrorists. It's just, You can't make this shit up. Before its report, CNN interviewed the left-leaning Southern Poverty Law Center, or SPLC, a well-funded civil rights law firm which has been accused of being a hate group, of course, and publishes an extremist watch list. It has one of several groups identified by domestic terrorists as having inspired his attempt to murder Christians at the Family Research Council in a foiled armed attack in 2012. SPLC senior Mark Fellow Potok estimated there are as many as 300,000 Americans involved in sovereign citizen extremism and 100,000 who make up the core of the movement. According to the report, Potok said some groups in the movement travel the country pitching their ideology as a way to help homeowners escape foreclosure or to get out of debt by simply ignoring the courts and bankruptcy laws. Because there's actually some truth to some of that stuff, allegedly. So, alright, well, W&D reports in 2009 when DHS issued a report warning of the possibility of violence by unnamed right-wing extremists concerned about illegal immigration, increasing federal power, restrictions on firearms, abortion, and the loss of U.S. sovereignty, and singles out returning war veterans as particular threats. So basically, anybody that is concerned with, maintaining the country that they grew up in, anybody that's concerned in defending the Constitution, if you care about, sealing off the borders for the time being, you're a terrorist. So, yeah, that is where this country's going. I just needed to post this article. To tell you the truth, I have not read a whole lot from W&D Politics. I can't really give you my opinion on their stuff. Alright guys, as always, thank you very much for your time. And remember, supporting a truther's videos is like kicking Obama in the balls.